What's up, guys? Welcome back to Corvette Weekly. 22 weeks in a row. And yeah, we have some interesting news to talk about tonight. You guys know it's usually pretty interesting. We keep it relatively interesting, but today it is really interesting. So welcome back to the show, guys. I see a lot of the same names popping in over here on the chat, which is awesome. Welcome back. Thanks for tuning in as usual, guys. We see Carrie Glock, Car Speed, Doug B, Ever Jeff. Yeah, don't forget to give that thumbs up. Yeah. Brian Greer, what's up? Elijah. So guys, we're going to talk a lot about the Z06 and the fact that Chevy has halted allocations. If you haven't heard that yet, you got no allocations anymore at all for this year for the Z06. But I have a theory. I have just no proof of this yet, but I have a theory as to what's going on behind the scenes. But before we touch on that, I do want to mention something about the fact that Jason and Steve and I have been working a lot behind the scenes. We have done something to fix some of our feed issues we were having here before with the microphones. So the mics are good to go. So we're going to have some serious car guy interaction happening tonight. So
finally, it took a while. It's been a struggle, but we finally got it.
Yeah, people need to let us know in the comment section if we're trying to not be able to talk over each other again, finally.
Yeah, so we got it figured out here, guys. So I think we're going to be able to rock this as more of a car guy discussion, which is what I always wanted it to be, and less of me taking awkward pauses to allow these guys to talk. So, yeah. This is kind of the demonstration or the physical manifestation of you guys donating money and us putting it right back into the channel, because this was a lot of time. This took a lot of time. I know me and Steve sitting on calls by ourselves doing live videos that are unlisted just to see if we could get this thing working. And we finally got it. So, what I'm going to do here first, though, guys, is we're going to flip over to the web browser because we have a very interesting giveaway going on here. You guys know, in case you haven't been paying attention, we are giving away a set of engine dress-up parts from C8 Vette Parts online. So I'm going to pull up a picture of those right here for you guys to see in a second. All right, so we are going to be looking at the engine dress-up parts here. Maybe. Let's see what's going on with this now. We fixed one thing and now it's something else. But let me see if we can get this going. We're still here. There it is. All right. So, as you can see here, this is the engine dress-up parts from C8 Vette Parts online. This is something that you guys could enter to win, and it was going on the entire time at during August. So, the giveaway is over, and because the giveaway is over, we're going to go ahead and select the winner, but I'm going to do it live, so there's zero chance of, anybody thinking that any of this was rigged or anything weird like that. So we're going to do it in kind of an interesting fashion here, though, guys. I want to do this early so we can get right into the news, because the news is a big one today. We have a lot of really, really great, it's not great news for the people waiting for their Z06s, but it is a lot of good information. So let's jump right into the click to spin wheel. So as you can see here, guys, all of your names are in here. Anybody who donated during the month of August. What's up, Mike Matarazzo? How's it going, man? How's the new job? I want to hear about that. So you guys can see your names on this on the wheel here. The bigger the name, obviously, the more that person donated. So like I said, every $10 donated was an entry. I'm sorry. So what we're going to do here, I'm going to actually spin this in a second, but I'm curious. What do you guys think of the engine dress-up parts before I go ahead and spin this wheel? I'm definitely interested in hearing what you guys have to say about the C8 Vette Parts online stuff. Just got back from Cancun, just first world problems.
Yeah, who is the purple and the gray ones?
Purple is Grandpa Barney. It's actually pink. Gray is Ralph Cruz. Blue is Dr. Corvette. You guys, me and Jason at Corvettes of Carlisle, we got to meet Dr. Corvette.
Yeah.
Really cool dude.
Yep.
That's a pretty cool. I like that.
All right, so we're not going to delay this any longer, guys. Let's go ahead and spin this thing. So I'm going to click the spin. Let's see what happens. Who is the winner? Oh, it's going to be Dr. Corvette. Oh, God.
The odds were definitely stacked in his favor with all those donations.
It definitely sounds... We had to talk about the fact that he was cool, because now it looks like it was like we were talking him up because he was going to win. Anyway, Dr. Corvette, send me a message. Yeah. Send me an email, horsepowerobsessed@gmail.com. You won the C8 Vette Parts Online stuff, which is actually right here. This is yours. You get to choose what color you want. I'm pretty sure he has the 70th anniversary edition, right? I think he does. I'm pretty sure he does. He was on here.
What he said.
He was on here, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. I saw him a minute ago.
Well, all right. So we have a winner without having a winner. What's up, Vet Father? How's it going? So, guys, for now, hello, Ralph. How you doing? Great idea. C8 Parts Online. Yep. So, guys, I don't think he's on here right now, but send a congratulations in the chat to Dr. Corvette, because he just won these C8 Vette Parts Online engine dress-up pieces, and they're normally, I think, $600. He won them for free, so they will be mailed to him directly from C8 Vette Parts Online. So, in the meantime, let's start talking about some C8 Corvette Z06 stuff, because that's what you guys are here for. I know these guys are pumped for it, right? How excited are you, Jason?
And talking about this for like the last 2 days straight. So
yeah,
talk about it some more.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Why not, right?
Love some people.
Yeah. It's disappointing news all around, but at the end of the day, it is what it is, I guess. So, guys, the Z06, there is no more allocations for the Z06 in 2022. So, if you didn't already get an allocation to your dealership, you're not going to get one until they're saying 2023, but that could be at any point in 2023. So it doesn't necessarily mean January 1st. It could be April 1st. At this rate, you wouldn't even know the difference if it was an April Fool's Day joke or not. So
let me ask you though, are you surprised? I mean, like, does this really surprise you that there was more bad news?
No. And that's the thing is, I actually mentioned this to somebody who said this to me earlier. I said, someone asked on the live feed last week if I thought the allocation drop this September 8th was going to be better than last month's. And I said, honestly, I think it's going to be worse. And it was worse. It was a lot worse because we don't get any. So, guys, Dr. Corvette's in the house. He won. Dr. Corvette, like I said, you have my phone number. Shoot me a text. Let me know what color you would like to get and where to ship them. And I'll reach out to C8 Vette Parts Online to make sure that they're sent to the right place and that they're painted the right color. So, in the meantime, guys, we're going to talk real quick about the Venmo stuff here. It looks like somebody already sent some money. So, Grandpa Barney hooking up the channel with $20. Let's see what his comment was. You're killing me with the preview screen, Justin. Yeah. We had a moment of technical difficulties, but it's fixed now. So yeah, guys, if you want to donate to the channel, please send it to the Venmo, just Horsepower Obsessed. Make sure that YouTube does not take their massive cut out of it, and we will have a giveaway starting again next week. There's C8 Vette Parts Online. Rich is in the house as well. He says, hey, Justin, I'm here. So, Rich, we actually already got the winner. I'm going to pull it up here and show you. So this is what the picture I've been showing everybody. But if I come over to the little wheel we spun earlier, sure enough, it did settle right on Dr. Corvette. So he is already aware he is the winner. But I'm going to get his shipping address and the colors that he would like to have that painted, and then I will get that information over to you. So It was really awesome for Rich to tune in. I know he wasn't feeling the best. I think he's feeling a little bit better now, but yeah, we missed you at Carlisle for sure. Yeah, he says.
Vette father is on a dealership, right?
Yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I only question because I saw him on this lines we're just talking about. So Vette father, he said he was slammed at work because we were talking about this kind of. Do you think them postponing or stopping the Z06? Have you seen more people start wanting the Stingray again quicker? That just says forget it. I'm not going to deal with it right now, and just goes and they just transfer over to a Stingray. That's my question. So I'm going to be watching to see what you have to say.
Yeah.
Because to me,
he actually is he has a C8 Corvette, and he personally jumped off the Z06 bandwagon and just focused on building up his C8 to something crazy. He just said he's shipping it down to LMR, so it'll be down near you guys here shortly.
Oh, nice.
If he wants us to go film some stuff, tell him. Well, he knows him. He's got my number. Let me know. We'll be happy to go film it.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
How
but
close
it's in
are you?
Houston, which is fine. I'm pretty sure LMR's in Houston. Yeah.
Yeah. So guys, I talked to a lot of people at Corvettes at Carlisle. You're very welcome, Rich. We definitely missed you. But yeah, at Corvettes at Carlisle, I had a lot of people ask me about the Z06 and when I was getting mine. And honestly, I had a build date, but no allocation. I don't know how this worked exactly. The dealership was printing out your spec sheet. And on that spec sheet, it had an estimated build date of 9/11 for me. Now, that was assuming they got an allocation. And they obviously, at this point, I don't think they're going to. So I don't think I'm going to be getting a Z06 early. No, I actually had 3 different dealerships. One just recently reached out to me that was a #1 dealership right here by where I live, but they didn't get an allocation either that I know of. So unless something changes in the next couple days, I'm going to say that I'm probably not getting an early Z06. Let's see. What we got? There's a lot of chats going on over here. What's going on?
I'm reading about it. Something's somebody just said something about Street Speed 717 getting something done to him. So I was wondering what's happening with that.
He's not getting the Z06 apparently, and
right.
Supposedly they may be giving him. I'm just from what I read in the chat, getting him for like Stradman, TJ, that whatever I forget his name. Amelia and all these people.
That's right. See, that's another thing GM is doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Are they just out through their customer base? I mean, as a YouTuber, it's great that we can get these, but it's still a punk move. I'm sorry, it's still a punk move.
Yeah,
I agree.
And say what you want about Street Speed. He's been a huge proponent for Corvette for such a long time. Whether you like his channel, whether you like the things he does or not, that's not relevant in my opinion. You know, everybody else are bandwagon jumpers. He was there from, I mean, the reason I have a yellow Z06 was because of Street Speed. I loved his yellow Z06, and I mean, I'm not saying I copied him. I'm just saying I saw it, fell in love with it, and I was like, one day I want one, and sure enough, I did.
I just watched his video last night, and I thought the exact same thing. #1, he is a huge, I guess, pusher of Corvettes, and that alone should get him something. But at the end of the day, apparently there was a couple different YouTubers at his dealership. So, I'll refer to it as his dealership. It is Whitmore, you guys know. But at that dealership, he had a couple different YouTubers on there, himself, Amelia, TJ Hunt, and Stradman. And the dealership apparently didn't get any allocations. But Amelia, Stradman, and TJ Hunt were handpicked by GM to get a car. I mean, Steve kind of nailed it on the head. Like, that's cool that, as a YouTuber, you have that ability or power, but at the same time, doesn't that kind of, I mean, you can't play favorites. As GM, you can't do that. Now, if that was that dealership doing that, maybe that's okay. But as GM, you cannot just say, we're going to give this one, and this one a car, but the rest of the guys, you get to wait. Like, that looks really bad. It really does.
There's a lot of stuff that GM has done, even as of what I just heard about today. Throwing out there, just be a quick discussion. Jason showed me that after September 1st, anybody buys a 2023 gets mandatory, has to pay 3 years of OnStar. I don't even use OnStar. Like, you're making
base.
I don't want.
Yeah. It's the base OnStar, but why are you requiring me to purchase 3 years? I'm not interested. I want 0 years.
Yeah, and that's the thing is I talked about that in one of my videos, and it's one of those things where it's like anytime someone wants to force anybody to do something, that person wants to do it even less.
Yes. 1000%.
It's like don't force something like that, because number one, all you're telling me is that you guys are losing massive amounts of money on OnStar. That's what's happening. They're paying these people to be available on OnStar, and you're losing money. So now you got to force people to take it because nobody's taking it.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see. I got a Venmo here from Dr. Corvette. He says he donated $50 and it's for shipping. So
nice.
Even though I don't have to ship any of it, I appreciate that.
He really is a cool guy too.
Yeah, he is. I didn't get your address in there though. If you want to send me a text, let me know what your address is so I can forward that on. But guys, like I said, any Venmo donations in lieu of super chats is greatly appreciated. We do take that and put it right back into the channel here as evidence with the fixed microphone issue here. So
kind of like what General just said. He said if he didn't already sell his Carbon 65, he'd be off the Z06 train. Because I know this has been very stressful for him. He's told me, you know.
Well, when this news broke, General is literally the first person I thought of. I thought, is he going to get his? That's the first person that came to my mind. Is like, is General going to get his? So.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, there's a lot of people on that list. A lot of people that I know personally. General, Street Speed. I mean, the fact that Street Speed's not getting one early, at least not officially, that's pretty messed up. I mean, when you think about it, it's like whenever I wanted to turn on YouTube and see different Corvettes, especially whenever the Z01 first came out, the C7 Z01, I went on to Street Speed's channel. He was the only one that had one. And I was like, okay, this is cool, you know, watching the car, and I'm trying to hate it because I knew I'd never have one, but I couldn't hate it because it was so awesome. So somehow I managed to actually get one. But either way, afterwards, when the C8 came out, I was able to pull up his channel and see what was going on with the C8 Corvette. It was all right there because he was getting this stuff early. I just assumed the Z06 was a no-brainer. He was going to have that. And the fact that he isn't getting one really puts it into perspective. Like, this car is freaking hard to get.
You know, maybe the biggest reason that they don't want Street Speed to have it is because they know the dude's going to go out and do stuff with it and isn't necessarily somebody that they're going to control. Like Amelia, you tell her, don't do this, she's not going to do it. You tell some of the others, hey, we don't want numbers being posted. We don't want this. We don't want that. Maybe they feel that they can control them a lot easier than Street Speed, and they're afraid he'll do stuff like jumping across a ditch or something that they don't want. I don't know.
It's funny you say that, though, because he actually said that in his video. He said maybe it was because of my Ram videos. You know, GM was watching those, and I jumped the Ram one too many times. I really hope that that's not the case because, again, this is going to kind of funnel into what I want to talk about later with the Z06, because I think one of the reasons we're not getting more Z06s built, and again, I want to make sure this is very clear. Very clear. There is no evidence of this. This is just my opinion. This is speculation.
You might say that there seems to be a couple of YouTubers that want to quote you wrongly.
Yeah.
Again.
So again, guys, speculation. I'm just saying this because I think that this is the case, and it sounds legit to me. So follow me on this whole thing here. So not too long ago, I made a video talking about the fact that GM reduced the amount of time that you had to keep the car from 12 months down to 6 months. So they cut it in half. Everybody was asking at the time. They were like, why are they cutting this in half? What happened? Why are they making this less time now? And I was like, well, I don't really care. It's kind of cool. So now you only had to keep it for 6 months. But it was shortly after that they announced the fact that there was going to be no more allocations. So now all of a sudden these dates are starting to line up in my head where it's like, wait a second. The people that are going to get this car early, they're going to have their car built halfway through September. They'll probably have their car delivered halfway through October at the latest. And then you don't have to deliver us that car or even give us allocations until 2023. So if those people that get their car early, and let's be honest here, a lot of them are going to sell that thing, whether the warranty's there or not. It doesn't matter. If they sell that car because they have it 4 to 5 months, maybe 6 months guaranteed before anybody else can have one, they're going to get top dollar for this thing. So a lot of people are going to sell it, and immediately it's going to be sold without warranty. So the guy that gets it won't have a warranty, and the next batch of cars isn't coming for at least 6 months. Something stinks here, because all those cars, for the most part, most of them are going to be sold. For the couple that are actually keeping them, they're only going to have it for 6 months before the next round of allocations comes out next year for us.
Yeah.
It kind of sounds to me like there might be an issue with this car that they're trying to fix, but in the meantime, they're giving them to people who they know are going to flip them. I don't know.
You know, here's my whole issue though with that 6 months, 12 months. I don't care if a dealership is going to sell it for over MSRP. That should void any changes that they want to give you as a consumer. If you're going to tell me I can't flip it for, you know, if I'm going to pay 50, 60, 90,000 over MSRP, you should have no right at that point to tell me what I can or cannot do if I'm paying over. You want to sell it to me for MSRP? Maybe I feel like you've got a leg to stand on, but if you're not willing to do that, nope. I think that's just a kick in the face.
I had an interesting conversation, and Justin and Jason, you haven't heard this yet. So I called the dealership, which I'm not going to name their name, but for other reasons. But I talked to them about the because there's a class action lawsuit being comprised about what's going on, and I told him about this, and you know about the markups, these dealer markups, these $50,000. You know what he said? He said these guys can do whatever they want for a class action lawsuit. At the end of the day, you don't have to buy this car from us. Yeah. If we want to market $100,000, go to another dealership. And he was like, he wasn't being a jerk. Like, he wasn't being smug about it. He's kind of true. He goes, we run our business the way it is. We want to market up 50,000. If you don't want the car, go buy it from somebody else. Which I kind of see his point. It sucks, but I can sign it. You know, it's like if I had a t-shirt company, I want to sell these shirts for $100. You say they're only worth 20. I want to sell them for 100. It's up to me.
Yeah,
I agree.
So one of the points I just saw in the chat here, though, from Everjeff, this kind of confirms what I was saying, though. I mean, it doesn't confirm it. It's still just speculation. Just speculation here, guys. Don't take this and run. Some people have done so, and I don't know why, but my speculation here
has to be exactly what it was about because I read your title.
Right. So anyway, guys, Everjeff says that Amelia's most likely to twin turbo her car or do something crazy to it anyway, so she doesn't care about the warranty. And it's like, at the end of the day, you got 300 or so allocations out there right now, and all 300 of them are either going to flip it, do something crazy to it where the warranty doesn't matter, crash it within the first couple months and total it anyway. It's almost like GM has went through and factored all this stuff in and given the cars to those people who are least likely to ever use the warranty. It sounds weird. It's just the timing of it is just crazy.
My personal opinion is this car cannot do what they intended to do, and that's why it's halting back for a while. That's my opinion. I just think.
See, I don't want to believe that.
Yeah, I just think it's some weird because it's just weird. So we see this car. It's at Carlisle. It's everywhere. It's running around the country, and all it says, no, you guys can't have it for another 6 months.
Yeah,
there's some. Don't give me a part.
I feel like that too. I mean, I'm not saying that there aren't supply chain issues. I mean, I deal with it in our business and things like that. But at the end of the day, this whole thing has been a complete and total train wreck. So I feel like there's something more to it than just that. And maybe it's my conspiracy theory mind always working, thinking people are full of crap. I don't know, but I just feel like it.
Yeah. So Everjeff, yes, I cannot stress the speculation thing enough because some people have watched the live videos and they have taken information and just ran with it, thinking that I was pulling this information from GM or something. I thought I made it pretty clear that the Monday night chats here, we're talking a lot about speculation, but some people don't seem to quite get it. I want to make sure it is clear on this one because this is a big issue. But guys, Ralph Cruz just donated to the Venmo. He says, I believe GM has completely dropped the ball on the Z06. They advertised and marketed this car more than anything in the past, but now they say you can't order it. So I ordered a Stingray today with a Z51 and 3LT package. So number one, congrats to you, Ralph, because you're still getting an awesome car. Regardless of how you cut it, the C8 is an amazing car, whether it's Z06 form or just base C8. Either way, congratulations. I don't think you're alone. I'll be honest with you. I think most people out there are going to be doing the same thing. I actually talked to one of my subscribers on Instagram. He has a number one car out of a local dealership here, like 20 minutes from my house. Number one Z06. And because it's not coming in fast enough, he wants to cancel that order and change it to a C8 instead. I mean, this is the problem because, and I told a lot of people at Carlisle this, Jason, you can kind of vouch for this. When people were asking me when I was getting my Z06, I said, you know, the target production week's 9/11, so I could get it early. And I said, I'm number one at this dealership and number two at this dealership. But unfortunately, being number one doesn't mean anything. That doesn't guarantee me a car at all. I mean, back in the day, you're number one. That means you're getting it really early. But nowadays, it's like number one doesn't mean anything if you don't have an allocation.
Right.
Hey, Justin, I want to point out we're at 386 people watching right now. We need to hit that thumbs.
Yeah, guys.
Hit the
thumbs up. I see Shane on here doing his due diligence with letting us know what the thumbs ups are at.
He always does. He
really does.
So I see somebody else talking about BMW having supply chain issues. And I know from my understanding is Porsche has had a tremendous issue as well. Because I have a friend who was on a list for a, I don't know, GT3R. I forget. But either way, he thought he was getting it this year. Turns out he's not getting it till next year.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is we could talk about supply chain issues and constraints and this, that, and the other. We could talk about it till we're blue in the face. And it is legit. It is an issue, 100%. But I don't know that I believe that is the only issue here.
Me either, because let me ask you, how long did it take me to get the TRX?
Exactly.
From 3 months? 3.5?
I don't even think it was that.
Let me see.
I was going to say, I'd have to pull it up, but that's the thing is it's like, and not only that, you're ordering a truck that is in ridiculously high demand. I mean, probably close to at least base C8 demand. June
21st is when I put my order in.
Yeah,
for the
not
TRX.
even 3 months.
Yeah, and I would say sitting in the garage, but it's not. It's in my office, but in the warehouse. But it's here. Got 1,500 miles.
That's crazy. Yeah. So guys, that's the thing is it seems to be like random. So certain cars, supply chain issues. Other cars, here it is in a month. And I mean, the TRX is if I go and order a TRX right now, a regular TRX, I mean, it took me 5 months to get mine.
Yeah.
So even 5 months though, I've seen some people on the TRX forum waiting a year and they still don't have a truck. And it's like, you order yours, you got it in 2.5 months. And that's not us knowing people. Like that was just a blind order at the dealership I ordered mine at.
Yep.
Yeah, that's weird. When I drove by the Cadillac dealer today right off my highway, I used to drive by and go, dang, there's like 3 cars. Like there's nothing in that. Today, the whole lot is packed. I'm like, where did all these cars come from with this, shortage? But they're packed now.
Yeah. And that I don't, like I said, I don't discount the fact that there is a supply chain issue, but I do not think that everything we're hearing and seeing, especially regarding the Z06, is 100% because of the supply chain issue.
Yeah.
Got 140 thumbs up, guys. We got almost 400 people watching though, so please smash that thumbs up button. I'm curious though, guys, I'm going to look over to the chat here. I want to hear what your opinion is here. Obviously, once more, speculation on our behalf here is that maybe there's a problem with the engine or something on the car. Speculation alert, because there's no proof of this. I'm just thinking the dates kind of line up in an odd manner, and it kind of seems like something else might be happening. But yeah. Brian says, do you think there may actually be issues with the FPC engine? GM needs to work out the kinks, and they only built this Yeah, so Brian, that's pretty much exactly what we're talking about now, and it's unfortunate, but I do think that there's something more than just supply chain issues going on here. I almost feel like there's a reason they handed out these 300 and that they were somehow hand selected to be the ones that were going to use that warranty the least amount. We got a super chat here though, guys. We got AMG Benz. He was actually on the little wheel we spun earlier to win because he had donated in the past. So thank you, AMG. We appreciate it. That will go right back into the channel. He says, I have an opportunity to buy a 3LZ Z06 October delivery coupe, non-Z07, 25K over MSRP. Not the spec I want, but I can keep my 6th spot. Also, any thoughts or suggestions? I really do not like the over the sticker part, but it might be worth it. Let me ask you, AMG, why do you think that would be worth it? I'm assuming you're planning on selling it after the fact and making some money. If that's the case, maybe it's worth it. But if you're just going to be a guy who buys the car and drives it around for a little bit, I personally don't think it's ever worth the pay over MSRP unless it's something that you're going to get money back out of. So let me know. Very possible with a high performance car. Absolutely. 11-second clip says, I don't care how long it takes if I could actually get an order in now, so I'm guaranteed to actually get one eventually. Yeah. I mean, that's the sad part is that there's no, like I said, I'm number one at a dealership and there's no guarantee I get the car anytime soon either. So, I mean, being on a list, I mean, it really doesn't even mean anything at this point. Mr. Media says engine needs work, still supply chain issues, can't get parts or prototypes back, still supply chain issue. Of course, they want to sell as many cars as possible. Now, that was another thing, guys, at Corvettes of Carlisle, and I'm not sure if Jason heard any of this or not, but I had a couple people come over to me and tell me that they talked to Harlan at the Chevy booth, and Harlan had assured them that it was going to be much easier to get a car moving forward. The Z06 allocation and production. It was going to ramp up, and I kept telling them all the same thing. I'm like, listen, you're not going to go over there, and they're not going to tell you, oh yeah, guess what? It's only going to get worse from here.
Yeah,
they're going to try to give you, they're going to try to give you, that comfort and that false hope, and that's definitely what was happening. I mean, he had to have known that they were about to drop this no allocation info on us. So,
yeah, it's funny. So one of our suppliers, I would call him and or one of our manufacturing reps, I'd be like, dude, your guys are killing us. We're having a lot of trouble getting, your product. I'm like, what do you know? And he goes, oh, well, and this was, months back. He goes, oh man, definitely by July, man, you guys will be getting all that you need and whatever. Literally it went from bad to invisible. Like we were getting zero, absolutely none. And so he finally just goes, man, I don't know. And so, they tell you what they think you want to hear so you don't go and lose your mind. But yeah.
All right, guys, I got a Venmo from Sean. He says, props to you guys for literally being one of the only YouTubers with bigger audience that will actually talk about the possibility of this car having a problem. My thoughts, we hit January and we will see another announcement of further delays of the Z06 allocation. I bet you you're probably right, Sean. And that's kind of the problem. And this is one of the issues of being, we'll say, a YouTuber or an influencer in some degree, is that you're under the spotlight enough that you don't want to rub the wrong people the wrong way. And unfortunately, I'm not going to sit here and tell you for sure that this is what's happening. And that's why I want to keep saying speculation. I mean, I'm putting it everywhere. This is speculation because I don't know that this is the case. But at the same time, the dates line up oddly. It does look weird to me that they're only releasing 300 of these cars. Now, I have heard a rumor that there are also 500 cars on top of these 300 that have been handpicked for certain people. So I don't know if it's 500 on top of the 300 or if it's only 200 on top of the initial 300 to make a total of 500. But there's certain people that might be getting this car that aren't even on a list, or they're not even number one at a list. The dealership that they're with didn't even get an allocation. GM handpicked them, just like Amelia and TJ Hunt and stuff. Now, I want to make it very clear. Congratulations to those guys. Seriously. TJ Hunt, Amelia, you guys, you kill it in a way that, to an extent, you deserve this. But I don't think GM is going about it the right way, is what I'm saying. You guys get in the early car, that's fantastic. You do a lot of good work. You deserve this kind of stuff. But what about the people who were number one at their dealership? What about those people? How come they're not getting the car? And GM's handpicking, not even just YouTubers, people in general. People in general are getting handpicked by GM, and it's weird. Yeah, it's favoritism. That's it.
Honestly, this whole thing has started from the launch, the initial launch. This has been a goat rope from everything, from every angle, from markups to how you can get on a list. I paid to get above somebody else so I can get right off. I got next allocation. I walked right in. I paid a little bit more, and I'm like right in the next allocation. Is that fair to people? Hey, if that's what they're offering, I think I'm not going to complain. I'm being very transparent. I walked in 2 weeks later. I got the very next allocation. I didn't wait, and there's other people waiting 6 months, 7 months. I think that's unfair.
It is.
Did I do it? Because if it's available, I'm going to do it. But I'm just totally transparent. I mean, this whole system has been screwed. It's ridiculous. When Justin says he called 100, believe me, he's probably called 100 dealership. It's crazy you have to call that many places and get the same thing. Here's $50,000 markup.
But if you think about it,
I literally had people calling for me. I was calling. I had other people calling. I was literally calling. I probably called every dealership on this freaking planet. Well, at least in the U.S. I'm sorry, Jason,
well, you know what?
Ahead.
So a lot of people call GM Government Motors because of the bailout. I got to be honest with you. I think it's very fitting because they run their company like the government runs our country pretty inefficiently.
Yeah. I mean, this is
I'm
the
not
first
picking
time
administration. I'm saying government in general. You don't even have to pick a side.
This is the first time that I have ever personally thought that. Now, GM in general, a lot of my cars are GMs. I mean, up until the TRX, almost every car I've ever owned was a GM. Almost. I've had literally 2 that weren't GMs, and I've owned almost 30 cars in my life. So that alone tells you that I'm pretty loyal to GM to an extent. But when GM messes up, I'm going to call him on it. When GM doesn't make a truck as cool as a TRX, I'm going to call him on it. It's that simple. I'm not going to sit here and have blind loyalty to a company that isn't going to, do the things that I think that they should be doing. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean I have any issues with GM. I will still buy a Corvette. I will still always go that route because if they make the best of the best, I'm going to buy it. Now, with all that said, they're dropping the ball here, and it's not even just because they can't get the cars out. It's because of the way that they're choosing who gets the very select few that they do have. I mean, it would be like, even if it wasn't YouTubers, it would be like them saying, okay, well, we're only going to give the cars to the absolute richest of the rich. That's not fair either. Because if I'm number one at a dealership and, Donald Trump is number 36 at that same dealership, but he gets the car and I don't, that's not fair. And so this whole YouTube thing's no different.
Well, we talked about this before. I think Amelia should get the car for free. Just give it to her. Mm-hmm. I say that because if she's been in the commercial, she's been on this, she's earned her way up there.
She got paid for all that though. She wasn't doing that for free.
No.
Yeah, that.
She was already compensated.
Yeah.
Give her the car, so
I can't even watch her. She's unwatchable. I used to love DDE, man, and my wife and I used to watch it religiously. Every time she was on there, we were like, okay, what else is on? I mean,
here's the thing. At the end of the day, you love it or you hate it. It doesn't matter. They did something to catch GM's eye. So congratulations to them. 100%. I would have done the same thing if I could have. But at the end of the day, they're not the issue. GM is. GM should not be selecting these people randomly like this. That's all there is to it.
I could have sworn Street Speed would be in the top one right away. Street Speed, sure.
That's what I was saying at the beginning. It's like every time I ever want to I can't even read that comment without laughing. Oh, all right. So what I was saying though.
Oh yeah, I can't even.
What I'm saying though is that I mean, again, lover or hater, it doesn't matter.
Oh my gosh.
It comes down to the fact that GM shouldn't be selecting people like this. And honestly, yes, Street Speed, again, love them or hate them. I personally actually really like them. it's not. He should have got one, because he absolutely should, because he's been touting Corvette since before I even owned a Corvette. So if he's out there pushing Corvettes, then why not give it to him instead of the people who have only liked Corvettes for the last couple months? Vette Father says Street Speed isn't as cute as Amelia.
Well,
I mean, I don't want to go down this rabbit hole, but I mean, he's not necessarily wrong in that aspect. But yeah, and that's the thing. It doesn't matter if you love them or you hate any of the people I'm talking about. GM should not be selecting people like this.
Agreed.
If anything, you know what? I'll send them the name of the website I just used to select the winner of the engine part from C8 Vet Parts Online. Go on there. If they use that, that's more fair than the way that they're doing it.
Gosh, the chat is off the chain tonight. I can't.
I know, right?
I can't read. I'm praying some of these people aren't watching it.
Yeah. All right.
I hope they are.
All right, guys. I gotta call this one out. Great White North Corvette. He says that he just hit 1,000 subs last night on his channel. That's fantastic. Congratulations to you, because you're an awesome guy. We met him at Carlisle, me and Jason.
Yeah.
Him and his fiance, I believe, girlfriend. I can't remember. I think they're about to get married, if I recall correctly. But either way, you're both awesome people. Congratulations to you for hitting 1,000. You should do something big, like do a burnout. Do burnout.
Mm-hmm.
Has TRX Troll been on here before? Because if you haven't, you need to be on here every single week. I'm just telling you. You're making my night.
He's commented on my channel before. I think he might be my only TRX fan.
Oh my gosh, I'm dying.
Yeah, I know that I'm halfway through a comment and I read that comment of his and I was like, oh my God, I can't even finish this.
I just appreciate the fact we're not on top of each other talking the whole night.
Yeah.
Yeah. LT4 powered. I have not, but I'll tell you what. If GM told me that if I thought about it, that they'd give me a Z06, I can't promise anything.
Hey, you can think about it. I mean, we can all think about it. There's just a huge difference between thinking and actually physically doing.
If I had it, I'd sell it instantly. I wouldn't even driven it. I'd be like 300 grand sold.
Exactly.
I'm selling it. I don't care.
Doug Hooks.
Who wants a warranty-free Z06?
Doug Hooks subscribes to Great White North Corvette.
Nice.
I know I do. I'm sure Jason does. I'm not sure if Steve does because I don't think he's met you, but I don't know. He might.
On YouTube?
Yeah.
What is it? When is it? Great. I'll go right now.
There you go.
Actually, there I go right now. Yeah.
Actually,
Great White North, you just got another one, buddy. Mama didn't raise no fool, LOL.
I might pull out this chat to do it. So, Great White North.
Employees never get first dibs. That is only partially true because I think the engineers at GM do. Maybe not like your salesmen and stuff, but I think the Will North American Group is my number 2 TRX fan. So I got at least 2 people on my channel watching my TRX content. That's awesome. Guys, guess what? I just edited 3 videos today that are TRX based, so stay tuned for that.
One of these days, I'll make a video with mine. I started on the way home, but I got sick and I didn't feel like filming anything, so it's gonna all just get thrown in the garbage.
Yeah.
Do we have a car speed in the chat?
Oh, what?
A guy named Car Speed?
Yeah, I believe.
Okay, I just subscribed to him too.
Oh boy, look at this, guys.
Oh, picking up followers here.
We're doing the YouTube thing. So Vet Father and I have talked a lot about the LMR doing work on his car. And it's funny because if I were to go to get anything done on any one of my cars, specifically the Corvette, I literally can probably go through a list of 10 people, 10 different performance shops that I would never in a million years take my car to because I've heard nothing but bad things about. LMR is literally the only company doing car work that I haven't heard a list of horrible things about.
No, they're well known around here.
Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, and I very well could be, I thought that DDE had their F12 Ferrari there. I don't want to swear to it, but I thought they did. The red F12 that
Yeah,
I
didn't know that LMR did. I thought that they were only doing
I
Chevy stuff.
swear I thought he had it there. I'll have to look
You
it
could be
up.
right. I haven't really looked a lot into it. I just know I hear negative stuff about performance shops all the time. Like, I'm not even necessarily looking. I'll just hear it. I'll read it. I'll see, somebody complaining about it somewhere. LMR is the only one I've never heard anything bad about. Now, I saw a comment. Oh yeah. So stupid fast truck. I wonder if maybe he might be watching my TRX content too. He says Eddie X is another YouTuber that says he's at 3,000 status. I've heard, I think it was Eddie X and I think Speed Phenom too were saying, both of them were saying that. So if that's the case, and again, I mean, they're both bigger YouTube channels, I guess, but like Speed Phenom's not that big. So I don't know if they're even selecting these channels based on size. I feel like there's another reason they've selected these people.
Let me see what he is. What is he?
And actually, it looks like I'm wrong. It was not LMR. It was Aaron Kaufman.
He's not that big.
What did they have? They had something in Texas, though. I can't remember what it was.
Are you talking about Speed Phenom, Steve?
Yeah. 1.6.
And that's what I'm saying.
But he does quality work. That's one good thing.
Oh, yeah, he does.
I watched his channel. Yeah, I could watch him.
100%. And that's the thing, is like, I'm not going to go through here and cut down any of these guys, because I know how, you guys all know how hard it is to run a YouTube channel. And if they're doing it at a high enough level to catch GM's attention, then they're doing something right. I'm not in a million years going to get on them, but what I am getting on is that GM is selecting people in an odd fashion. That's what it's really about.
Well, they won't ever select me because I'm too political.
That's very true. And that's exactly why they wouldn't.
Nope. That's why I have sponsors and I'm up front with them right away. I'm like, you want to sponsor me? Look, this is what I say. And shockingly, they're okay with it.
Yeah, somebody else mentioned on here earlier that maybe that was one of the reasons Street Speed wasn't chosen because of his political stance.
That's one of the reasons why I've always kind of kept that. Number one, it almost never matters anyway to me.
Nope.
I don't want to talk about it. If you don't want to talk about it, let's just talk about cars. We can all agree on that. But 11-second Eclipse says that he watches all HPO content. We appreciate that. Me and Jason got to meet 11-second Eclipse as well.
Yeah.
Got to meet a lot of people. And the only one we didn't meet Ralph Cruz. I was kind of disappointed by that. And Grandpa Barney wasn't there either. I was kind of hoping to meet both of those guys, but
we need way more.
Yeah, guys, if you could hit that thumbs up button, let me know. Elijah, it's the exact opposite of that, actually.
Yeah, exactly.
Just popped in late. I don't blame YouTubers like Speed Phenom, but I do get a little. Yeah, that's it, Luke. That's exactly what we've been saying. The YouTubers are doing the right thing. If you ask me, they have done something right to catch the attention of GM. So good for them. But GM shouldn't be selecting people the way that they're selecting them, because there's no rhyme or reason. It doesn't seem like it even matters about the size of your channel, because Street Speed has over 1 million subscribers. But Speed Phenom got a car at 100. What did you say? He was 160? Steve?
Oh, he's 160.
Yeah. So, like...
He had 1 million. See, that right there tells you something's wrong.
Yeah. Street Speed literally has 10 times the subscribers that Speed Phenom does.
Well, I'm sorry, but GM's woke. And Street Speed's not.
Yeah.
So, but I got to be careful. I'm political on my channel on Vette Syndicate. I don't ever say anything about politics ever.
Yeah, not ever. Not ever.
Yeah, not just the 5 times tonight, but other than that, no.
I'm constantly trying to keep this guy in check, guys.
See, here's the thing. Our political opinions don't matter. And I got to be honest with you. I don't want to know people's political opinions most of the time if it's somebody that I watch, because if I don't agree with them, it kind of concerns me. So I'd rather not know their political stance. And I, for the most part, try to keep mine to myself.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
Yeah. Same here. So, guys, yeah, I mean, Vette Father, that's partially it. Right off the bat, I assumed Amelia was going to get us a Z06 just because she was in the reveal video. And she obviously had a lot of time with GM, sitting in the car and stuff while they were driving it. I figured as much. but the rest of the people are being handpicked almost, and they have nothing to do with the car any more so than I do. So it's like, why were they picked? And that doesn't even matter as much as the fact that GM's picking people randomly. Like, it's just odd.
Yeah, that's even the worst part. Like, I'm reading down here is like, just take the order. Okay, it's true. We already know these guys are on the list anyways, on the top of the list. So who cares if they got selected? They're going to probably get it in the first place. Just let the ordering system play out.
Exactly. And that's the thing is, it's like, that's what I'm saying. It's like, I'm number one at a dealership, and for all I know, TJ Hunt was number 30, you know, and it's like, he got it over me because he's a bigger YouTuber. Again, I want to make it clear. I'm not saying that that's not how it should have happened for him. He's got a bigger channel, but at the end of the day, why is GM picking them like this? It seems odd that they wouldn't have a better system in play, is ultimately what I'm saying. Stephen V. I'm not going to read that, but that is the exact case. Yeah.
Yeah. We've never thought that or spoken that, have we? Not
Nope.
once. Never.
Nope. Yeah. So that was another thing, is that Speed Phenom knows Ron Fellows personally. I didn't know that he knew him personally.
Gave it to me.
Yeah.
All I had to pay for it when I was there.
And he even signed it for you with invisible ink.
With exactly.
This is funny. I'm dying tonight. Will America group? Oh my gosh. It's just like this. I just sit here and read the chats.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good one tonight, guys, because this is a touchy subject. It's one of those things that if you want a Z06, and you know how GM is giving out these allocations at this point, it's kind of aggravating because you're almost being pushed away, like you're like a little kid that's being too loud. Like your parents are just grabbing you by the face and pushing you away.
There's a point somebody made in here. I just can't see it, but I think it's Joe. Yeah, the E-Ray. You know, if there's E-Ray, it's going to be pushed back too. It's going to have to be. They're not going to put the Z06 E-Ray together.
See, here's the thing about that. If GM is delaying the Z06 because of parts issues, and that's legitimately the only issue, then yes, the E-Ray will be delayed. But I have a feeling that's not the only issue, and the E-Ray will not be delayed.
Oh,
let's see what happens. Again, speculation, guys. Speculation. Don't run with this information. I am speculating at this point. It seems that way to me.
If you said it, it has to be fact. There's no, you can't have only an opinion or a belief, man. That's not okay.
Right now, because I'm tired of a certain YouTuber saying that you said something. I'm looking in the camera. You make a video and you say Justin said this. I'm gonna come and you think I make pranks? I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Oh, okay.
So
I'm gonna tug on your leash a little bit, Steve. I gave you a little bit too long of a leash, I guess.
It's because you allow him to speak freely now.
Right. I'm gonna put a mute. I'm putting a mute button back on him. All right. So Juan Carlos says, "Hey Justin, what's up? JC, what are your plans? What are your next plans for planning a get together?" Or, I'm having a little bit of trouble reading that one. So, wait for the Z06. Says GM's playing. Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. If you want to try to reword that one, I'll read it, but it's fact because Justin said it. That's it. Run with it, guys. I mean, usually that's the thing is I do have a connection to get some information from GM, like higher ups in GM, but that's not all I talk about here. And I've made it pretty clear that the Monday night videos is more of a car guy banter thing than, hey, let's funnel information straight from GM. So I do make videos that are fact-based from GM, but those are not these live videos, guys. That's ultimately what I want people to understand here, because some people have been running with this information and as if it is. And I've made it clear, I thought, but I'm going to have to make it clear, apparently. 11-second Eclipse says, I think it's because the administration doesn't want a naturally aspirated V8 out there anymore. They will push the EV. 100%. That's another reason why I said I don't think it's just supply chain issues, but even if it was, they're pushing towards electric vehicles harder than any other manufacturer right now. GM is. Maybe not as hard as Tesla, I guess, but you know. But it's oh, that is a great shirt idea, Vette Father. I love it. I'm gonna do it. He says it's fact because Justin said it.
Exactly.
And then in parentheses, ignoring everything else he said. So I do like that. I think I might actually do that. Now I totally forgot what point I was making.
Hey, you know what? Have we covered any other information tonight? We had like 4 things.
Yeah, guys, thumbs up, please. One last time, we're having a little bit more of a car guy banter here than we have in the past, and it's been a blast. So let's thumbs up this thing so we can keep having some fun here. Anyone else see photos of the Euro spec Z06 at Nürburgring? Says Z06 on the side, no camo, side exhaust. Yeah, so they've GM said for a while now that the oh, you know what? There was another thing I wanted to talk about. Crap, I got to see if I can find this, because there was this a real quick screen capture that a friend of mine sent me. Yeah, here it is. I gotta save this. And this is really ridiculous. So if you guys want to talk about the Z06 and its ridiculousness right now, this almost takes the cake. So let me throw this up on the screen for you guys real quick. All right, so take a look at this. This is going to be kind of hard to see, I think, but
about 10 seconds because of the delay.
Yeah.
All right, so this is kind of stupid. So this was actually a presentation that was shown at the Corvette Museum. There's build restrictions on the Z06. One of them, or this is a list of them. So the first one, just in case you guys can't read this because it's kind of small, it says the convertible. You can't build more than 2 of them in a row. The Z06. Huh? Exactly. This is what I'm saying. This is stupid. So you can't build more than 2 convertibles in a row. So if you build 2, you got to immediately go to a coupe next. Then the next one is a Z06. You can't build back-to-back Z06s. The Z07. You can't make more than 2 per hour of the Z07 package car.
Wow.
Export cars. No back-to-back. Right-hand drive cars. Build in batches with weekly constraints. Japan. No back-to-back. California emissions, no back-to-back. 70th anniversary editions, no back-to-back. Dual tops, no back-to-back. So if you choose a car that has 2 different roofs, you can't build 2 of those in a row. Meanwhile, all it is a roof. You're just putting another roof in the trunk whenever you ship the car, but you can't do 2 of those in a row. The front lift, you can't build more than 3 of those in a row. And 25% max of the same paint color per day. This is why we're having such a problem with this car. This is so ridiculous.
This is just Z06, or you think something like this has been going on ever since?
It could be more than the Z06, but right now, I mean, this
There's a couple things on this list that really bother me. Japan. No offense, but I don't care about Japan. That's not part of our country, and our cars are made in the United States. I feel like we should get first dibs. Once we're taken care of, then we worry about the rest of the world. But in my opinion, I don't know why we're worrying about Japan in the first place.
Or Ukraine.
Yeah.
Was that on there?
No, it's not. Okay. But guys, seriously.
But it's like, well, think about this, Justin. I mean, Jason had he had his car. How long have you had your car on order?
I'm not sure. A few months, 3 months.
That was like what, a couple weeks ago, and we're already at 3,000 status together.
Yeah.
And mine's only, but I don't have what you have. I have a lot less not constraints, but I have a lot of that stuff. So I'm wondering if it has the stupidity on it.
Yeah, I don't know how far yours is in the queue compared to mine, but yeah.
Yeah, so guys, I mean, everybody in the comment section saying the same thing I was saying.
Globalism,
that list there, that sounds like some serious supply chain issues, right?
Yeah.
And then where was the other one at? I saw another one up here. Ridiculous BS. Yeah, USA should get first dibs, 100%. And I thought that even with the C8, whenever they were pushing real hard to send the right-hand drive option overseas with the C8, I get it. Let's do it. But do that after you take care of the people here in America. I mean, we're the ones that are taking care of you. Take care of us first. Oh, God. This is turning into way too political here.
You know what? We're going to go political. I'm really kind of hoping and praying the next candidate, I'm not going to say, you know where I stand on him anyways, but I'm hoping that the next person gets elected and says, we're going to push all this electric stuff back. We're not doing it. And then some of these guys will have enough balls to go back to fossil fuels and stop all this electric crap because we're not ready. This country is not ready yet. Now, maybe.
See, and that's, well, the E-Ray is not fully electric. The E-Ray is a hybrid.
Yeah.
The hybrid idea. Yeah, the hybrid idea is fine. I have no issues there either. And I don't have any issues. I don't have any issues with an electric car. So I don't, it doesn't matter to me. If you want to have an electric car, fine. Just don't force it on me.
Yep, exactly.
You'd be right. You should ride in the car with me. I'm driving. My son, I see Tesla like piece of crap. And they're made like crap. Like, have you seen how bad they're made? Oh, Elon Musk.
Build quality has been an issue for them, but
yeah.
Again, I would own one. I would own a Tesla. It will never be my primary car.
Dude, I grew up listening to Tesla. I love Tesla. I'm not going to drive their cars, man.
Yeah.
For the
all right,
so in the crowd, you might get that joke.
So guys, real quick, I wanted to address something I have in the description down below. I just recently created a Discord. I know this is a serious gear change here, guys. I apologize, but I created a Discord and I want you guys to check it out. Go on there, subscribe to it, or enter into it. It's a way to constantly keep in chat with me, Steve, and Jason. We're all three on there, and I'd love to see you guys come in, ask some questions, post pictures of your cars. Let's get to know each other through our rides. That's the big thing here. That's one of the reasons for the Corvette Weekly shows. That's one of the reasons for Vette Syndicate. Everything that we're building here is to build a better Corvette community. And I feel like the Discord is just the next step to making sure that we're constantly in contact.
You just better turn your notification settings off because I had to. Justin, the first day they started, everybody was following, and I was like, I can't get any more notifications. It's crazy. The conversations, you think this is bad. It's crazy over there.
Yeah. So Future Sean, who said somebody said it up here about the internal combustion engine V8. Where did I see that? Dang it, these comments. There it is. Seriously, though, you're right. If you actually think this is the end of the V8 internal combustion engine, you're not thinking hard enough. And down here, Future Sean said that's why I got a TRX, and that's why Future Sean ordered a 392 Jeep. Because, I mean, here's the thing. There's a lot of reasons why I got a TRX instead of anything Chevy related. I made a video about it, so I'm not going to go into it. But the big one is a big freaking V8. I mean, that's nobody else is really doing it with a giant V8, a giant supercharger, literally just throwing gas at this thing like there's no tomorrow. And I love every second of it. Yeah. Wheeler O'Hara's on the Discord. Thanks, Justin, for chatting about my 948 LS1 swap build. That's right. I forgot. So I know I need to talk to Josh about this. So guys, Josh that owns Blackout Tinting he's a big Porsche 944 guy, and Wheeler is actually putting an LS1 in a Porsche 944. So he's going to have basically a Corvette Porsche, which is kind of cool. So let me. I have a bunch of tabs open, and we didn't even get.
I know we got
get into it. Huh?
We have 3 more things to talk about. I know we have.
We need to bust through them quickly.
Yeah. All right, guys.
One was, let me Spring Mountain.
Yeah. Let me jump into this.
Considering I don't remember what they were.
Spring Mountain is one of them.
Oh, Spring Mountain. That's why I wore the shirt.
there. Look at that, Jason. All right, so I'm going to pull up. We're going to talk about these next topics real quick, guys. So let's bang through them real quick. We got the Z06 Corvette Owners School starting in April. So yeah, we're talking about how you can't get a Z06. Yeah, you won't even own one by April. But hey, guess what? You can, if you do end up getting one, you can go to the Ron Fellows Spring Mountain thing. That's cool, right? So if any of you are lucky enough to actually get one of these cars, you can go to Spring Mountain, I guess. But it is kind of cool. Jason's been to the Spring Mountain. I have not been yet because of some situations that happened whenever I was able to go. We'll just, you know, yeah, it was COVID. So
it was a lot of fun. My wife even drove.
It's a great time, guys. The next one here is first look at a level 2 spoiler on a 2023 Z06. Again, if you can get lucky enough to get one of these things, maybe you can make an option on your spoiler. This is the base spoiler with basically like extra wickers that are on the back. So this is the level 2 extensions that are offered by GM for the Z06. It's kind of a neat looking option. It's very similar to the C7 Z06, if you guys remember how that one was handled. But we got some pictures of it at the Corvette Museum here. So first time that this has been shot in the wild, apparently. So if this was an option you were looking at, this is where you can see it before you get the car. Probably months, maybe years before you get the car. Yeah, Porsche. I like that. It's actually easier to say because then no one will yell at me for not saying Porsche.
Yep, I will never say.
So then the next one, guys, we already talked about this. The Corvette assembly plant was to begin tours on November 2nd again. So they're reopening the tours up for everybody. So I meant to actually tell you this, Jason, because the other day when you went down through there, you wouldn't be able to go in anyway.
Oh, well, good. Now I feel better because I was so disappointed. Plus, I was sick as crap. I didn't want to make everybody sick if I would have went.
Yep. So if you're into the assembly plant thing, I have not ever actually been to the Corvette Museum, but I would like to go. So now I know I got to wait until at least November 2nd. And pretty much the last one here, guys, is the backtrack on the 12-month ownership rule for the Z06 buyers. GM jumped back to 6 months, and it kind of plays oddly in line with their recent notification about the allocations being pulled until 2023. So if you think about it, if you think enough about the time frames here, they add up in an odd way. So I'll let you guys come up with your own ideas on that one, though, because I don't want to be the guy that everybody's quoting later, or misquoting, I should say. Yeah, so here's the thing. I'm getting a lot of questions over here about whether or not the Z06 delay is going to affect other cars. I don't think it's going to. Now, again, this is my speculation. I don't think that it's going to be the same thing, because I don't think that this car's being delayed only because of part issues. I think there's more to it. I personally believe they may be giving this car to the first 300 or whatever to kind of beta test. I don't know. I mean, it seems really weird. The whole launch of this car is really weird. Oh, Ever Jeff says he's going to the Corvette Museum at the end of this month. Okay, maybe I was wrong then, Jason. It must just be the actual plant tours.
Oh, yeah, I think it was. I think I read that, actually.
Future Sean says, has there been one positive thing on the release of the Z06? Every bit of information we have received has been negative since the reveal. I tried my best to give positive information only, but I ran out really quickly. So there has been very few positive bits of information, and it's unfortunate, but I don't know. I mean, it's an odd launch. That's all there is to it. It's very strange. It's an odd time that we're living in right now. Yeah, I don't know. And no, that's exactly right, Henry. HPO and Vette Syndicate, we do not take Labor Day off because we're that dedicated to the Corvette community. I had a conversation with both these guys. I said, hey, do you guys want to do this tomorrow, or do you want to move it to Tuesday? They both said, nope, we're doing it tomorrow. And I said, all right, we're doing it tomorrow. Yeah, guys, one last time, if you could hit that thumbs up button. I think we're going to start wrapping this one up. This one ran about a little over 10 minutes longer than usual. Jason's got places to be.
Downstairs.
Yeah, downstairs, relaxing, falling asleep. Yeah. Well, Justin, if you don't get a Z06 next year, will you purchase another Stingray? I'm not even going to wait till next year. I'll be honest. If I don't hear something very soon, I'm probably going to get another C8 instead, because I want a C8. And whether it's a Z06 or a base C8 at this point, I'm getting something. And I'll probably give it another month, maybe a month and a half, and then I'm ordering a C8. Cole, Discord is basically like an application that allows you to kind of stay in contact with whoever runs that server. And in this case, it's me. So you can talk to me, Steve, Jason, Vette Syndicate, Horsepower Obsessed. We're all on there. So if you wanted to download the app called Discord and click on that link in the description, you'll be able to jump in and have a conversation with us at all times rather than waiting specifically for the Monday night live videos. But guys, I'm going to check one last time. It doesn't look like we got any additional Venmos, so there's nothing to talk about there. Oh my God. TRX troll. Yeah, guys, we're going to end this as soon as we get 8 more thumbs up. Oh, Lord. I can't.
I'm going to start sending him Venmos.
I was going to say, right? Oh, man, that's funny. How many were we looking for, Jason? 250?
Yeah, I was trying to get the 250. We're at 243.
Wheeler says, are you jumping off of the Z06 altogether if you don't get anything in a month? I don't think so. I have my name in a couple different dealerships, and one of them specifically is number 1. I'll probably hang on to that one just to see what happens, but I want to get a C8 in the meantime, because at this point it could be a year, maybe more.
It's going to be a year.
Thumbs up into what? God. Oh, this is the last time I ever mention a girl on my live chat.
Yeah, at least one of those.
Yeah. Yeah, Brian Jason is on there, so he said he's waiting for you to message him.
Oh man, I'll have to check it. Between Instagram, between Facebook, yeah. You guys saw how many emails I have that are unread. You see how many text messages I have that are unread. I mean, it's an astronomical amount, and some of them I actually have read, but then I forget to reply. So
it's 100,000 unread messages. I've seen it. It's crazy.
I know.
I didn't know it's that big.
Yeah, if I have 1 or 2 on mine, I'm like, oh my God, I'm so busy, I can't even check my text. He's got 1,000.
If I flipped my phone, I took it out and scrolled through like all of the notifications. It's like pages long. It's sad.
General Lee says I can come drive his Z06 in March.
Nice.
Can I move in March as well?
Exactly.
Yeah. Somebody said here, where was it? Stupid Fast Truck says never take yourself off any list. That's kind of where I'm at with this. I'm never going to drop off that list, but I am going to do something in the meantime. Yeah, Shane says he saw your alerts at Carlisle.
Exactly.
When you pulled out your phone, I could just picture like the people's face as soon as you pull out your phone. They're like, "What the heck is this guy doing?"
No kidding. You know,
all right, guys.
The stuff I have, you would think I would be like famous or something for having this much crap. You know? And it's not crap; it's important stuff. But like, I do read, I just don't always respond. Anyway, yeah.
All right, guys. I think we're gonna wrap this one up. This was a really good live session. Yeah, we hit 250. That's awesome. Thank you guys again. Thank you for the Venmos, guys. Like I said, that is all going to be circled right back into the channel, so we appreciate it. Hopefully the experience was a little bit better tonight since we could actually talk, and it's not me just talking the whole time and awkwardly waiting for them to respond. So anyway, guys, I think that's it. So I guess we'll catch you guys next Monday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time right here. And in the meantime, check out that Discord channel so we can all stay in contact. So yeah, that's it. See you guys.
Peace.